Thank you, Mr. King. Hello, I'm Burr, a student here at Valley-Springfield, and I was a number. I grew up in Connecticut. My childhood was a little different, but there are three things I easily recall from recess, math, and testing. Every March for 3 weeks in a row, we were tested. We would get to school at 8 in the morning, go to our classroom, and sit down. Mrs. Hyatt would bring us breakfast bars and waters that she bought with her own money to make sure that we were relaxed as possible to take these tests. We sat for 4 hours straight, which, as everyone knows, at 7 years old is next to impossible. And we took the test in either reading, math, or social studies. It was kind of like a banana laugh attack. You just had to work through it. My teachers obviously loved their students, but these tests were literal punishment. At that age, we had little knowledge of what was going on in our world, let alone the same going on in it. I was a test score, a nameless entity in a classroom in suburban Connecticut that was just part of the quota. I was just a number to everyone involved in my education, except for my teacher. In a classroom of 28, I was number 7. I was a number. At 12 years old, my family moved here, to a small town in the middle of New York. I went to school, went to soccer practice, then came home and finished my homework. I was still under the spell of monotony. Slowly, I came out of my shell. Here I noticed that school can actually be fun, that someone can actually enjoy it. It continued like that, waking up every day, excited as anyone would be to actually go learn something. It was almost a passion. I read 1984 and learned about completely brand new topics, and I loved it, all the way up until 11th grade, when I learned the PARCC test and met the Common Core. In junior year, I took 3 Regents exams in English alone, adding on to that the SATs, 2 SAT subject tests, a physics Regents and a history Regents. It was worse than elementary school could have ever been. I started to become politically active, reading even more literature about the fall of individualism, about the death of free will. I noticed many similarities between what these books talked of and what my world was becoming. Then a few weeks ago, I noticed we were being watched. Pearson, a British textbook manufacturing company hired by our state to the tune of $32 million to produce these state tests, has been monitoring students' social media accounts during testing season. Their contract with New York State puts a gag order on proctoring educators, forcing them to remain quiet about every aspect of the test, including procedures. A superintendent from New Jersey revealed that Pearson monitors social media when one of her students was accused of tweeting a photo of the test during the examinations. The New Jersey Department of Education almost forced that superintendent to punish a student for what ended up being a tweet posted about the question 13 minutes after the end of the school day. The profit motive behind proctoring these exams for future sales almost destroyed a student's personal freedoms. In a world like today's, we do know that almost everything we post on the internet is accessible, but the problem is this. A foreign company is twisting our Constitution and violating the rights of every student that is part of the Common Core state. Just because we are under 18 and cannot vote does not mean we shouldn't hold a power or say in our education. When an entity is openly attacking our rights in the name of profit, it's our responsibility to fight back. We are not powerless numbers in a prisoning system. We are individuals who want to learn. The point of education is to inspire people to learn, not to proctor autocratically. Over 39% of the standardized tests in America are paid by Pearson. That is 39% of the students in the United States of America, the land of the free, being monitored, watched, controlled, and manipulated. It's time to stand up and be heard. Talk to your local leaders and remind them that the definition of public servant is someone who serves the people's wishes, not someone who bargains for what they think is the best deal, regardless of who it might hurt. I don't want to be just a number in a district. I'm an individual, loud and proud. We are not numbers. We are human beings. Pearson cannot control us as long as we speak out and notice. Our leaders need to wake up to this, because if we continue down this path, Big Brother is going to become more real than George Orwell could have ever feared. I was a test.